that represents me as a person. After reading the explanation of a butterfly, it was adapting to change. It was, just finding the joy and happiness out of everything that happens to me as a person. I have to find a way to get through it, and I know that God's on my side, my teammates are on my side, my parents and family are all on my side, and I try to make the best out of everything. So I definitely think the butterfly is a good spirit animal for me. I had to say a couple words to my teammate. It would be, thank you so much for just always being there for me. Coming from Hawaii, I didn't have a lot of friends here. I didn't know a lot of people, and it's kind of hard, to make friends. But it's really gonna suck not having you guys around all the time. And I'm really gonna miss you guys. Yeah. So good luck with your future, and I'm so happy I got close with you guys, and I'll really miss you guys.
Just put it in your mouth. Eat it. This is dramatic. She likes it.
It's a little spicy.
And it's kind of I gotta get my rookies, I take that one.
If you could pick a walkout song, what would it be?
Easy. The beginning of Ice Cream Paint Job. Yeah, but rolling up a big shot. It's like, how do you define yourself, honestly? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people probably think this, but when people always ask me, what do you do, who are you? The first thing is always that I play soccer. I'm a soccer player. Playing soccer really does give me the opportunity to continue playing soccer and also pursue a career in elementary education. I hated my time when I spent at WSU, and it was awful. I hated soccer, I hated everything, so I was nervous to got college and going anywhere else because I didn't want to have a similar experience as I did there. When I came to PLU, it was amazing. Getting to play with Rachel again and to meet all of my new teammates.
What do you want to say to the game of soccer in general?
I guess thank you for making me the person I am today. You taught me what it is to work hard, how you have to bounce back after you fail, and what it feels like to have success. Okay, so one of my favorite memories. So after we won the conference last year at Georgia Fox, we were all super excited, taking pictures after. Rachel, Bree, and I thought it would be a good idea to try to do a 3-person piggyback picture. Kelly was like, hey Liz, here, let me help you out. And I was like, oh no, I got it. So I jumped a little too far high. I landed on top of Bree's neck, and she tipped over, and Rachel just tipped right over. I just can't thank you all for just being great teammates on and off the field. I'm not always the warmest person, but I do love and care about all of you, and I just expect, and I always try to push everyone to do their best. And so if I know that you don't feel it's not personal or anything, but I'm thankful that I have teammates like you, and I'll always care about you and always be here if you need it.
Soccer has been a part of my life since I'm 4 years old. Like any parent, my parents put me into any organized sport when I was younger and kind of let me choose which one I wanted to participate in for the long run, and I just fell in love with soccer from the beginning. I've had some of my best friendships in youth soccer and my college career too that will last a lifetime. It's kind of been part of my identity, so being an athlete, being a soccer player, it's just been a lot, it means a lot to me, and I associate a lot of my personal qualities to playing as a player as well. Soccer at PLU is just a different type of team, it's a different type of culture. Like Seth always says, we may not have the best facilities or the best equipment, but we have the best people, and I think that's extremely true. I think that's why PLU soccer is so important to me, because the people I've met here, the friendships I've made, the memories that have been made as well. That's why PLU is special for other programs. with a cheetah because I feel like it is an animal that has things that I lack, such as like really fast speed and agility. So I wish I was a cheetah. I wish I was my spirit animal. I think my alter ego would be a cheetah if I could run like that. But maybe my actual spirit animal is really a monkey. Monkeys are a little goofy, a little awkward, but also kind of human-like and like really smart. Like you don't think they're really smart, but like they'll just surprise you with something. But they're also just kind of like hang there, don't do much. They can do things and they cannot do things. And I think I kind of like that surprise people. They do things like I don't do things.
So, to my parents, probably gonna cry. Thank you.
Okay. There's more food, please. Fresh eggs, fresh pancakes. Please feel free to eat. So, great job on that. It's always a good little, like I said, it's a good insight to see. I didn't know that Natalie was doing all that and the seniors were doing all that, but it's always great to see their evolution as humans in our program. And the second half will show before we get to seniors. So, again, thanks all for coming. Just a little bit of a season in review. I'm going to move that side because it's right in my face. So, especially Air Force this year, we actually began our summer, our preseason in July. July 14th is when we kicked off our training for England. Most of our team could go. Rules don't allow our incoming freshmen to go, but the rest of us got together down, did our fitness test. We took our second trip to England on a foreign tour. I'm really proud of the commitment and level that our players put into that. We're the only program in our conference that has done that, not only once but twice. It does shorten the summer. It takes fundraising, it takes commitment, it takes sacrifice, it takes all those things. It certainly lengthens our season, shortens the summer. But I think when I just got done with individual year-end player meetings, when you ask them what some of their highlights are of the year, what was the, and certainly that England trip comes up. It was a great trip. Being on the other one in 2015, this one was even better in terms of what we did. We were able to play 3 games against Brentford, Oxford, and Liverpool. Great experiences for our players. We attended 2 matches. We attended the Cherry Shield with Chelsea Man City, and then we watched Fulham, who's actually bottom of the EPL right now, in case you're wondering. But we did watch them play their opening match in the Premier League at their place, Craven Cottage, against Crystal Palace. Really cool atmosphere and environment. I was lucky to go to another game. You want to talk about a true English atmosphere. If you ever want to see what Millwall fans are like, watch the movie Green Street Hooligans. Put that in your phones. And it is not far away from what those fans are like. You want a true, proper British atmosphere. I remember Jamie Bloomstein, who's an assistant for the men's team. I played with Jamie here at PLU back in 1992, so Jamie and I go way back. There was a lot of things being said, and I remember his 11-year-old son said, "Dad, what do those things mean?" He said, "Yeah, we'll tell you later when you get a little older." So anyway, the environment was awesome for us to be at. We also were very fortunate to have 2 training sessions by academy coaches, which is awesome for the team. I always love watching other players coach our team. Certainly learn a lot about them. We got a chance to stay at St. George's Park, which is where all the England national teams train. Some great memories. I think probably the touring Old Trafford, which is Manchester United Stadium, touring Anfield, which is Liverpool Stadium. We watched our men play one of their games, and probably one of the memories that stick out to me is our bus driver Mac. For those of you that were on the trip, normally I sit in front of the bus, and I keep getting on the bus and I keep seeing Katie and Amber and Katie's parents. And sitting out there, and I'm like, yeah, well, that's fine. I'll let them sit in front of me, And then I keep saying, why do you guys sit up here? It's like, we are getting really sick the way that Mac was driving, and we were safe. But Mac was probably the fastest 50-coach bus driver I've ever seen in my life. He must have missed exits, and I drew the hotel probably like 10 times. Like, Mac, they're wet back. Stop. And England roads are not big. There is not a lot of room for other cars, and he would little bit of, that definitely kept us on our toes as we're driving all over the English countryside and getting lost and that sort of stuff. But that is a unique memory that I think all of us that were on the bus will never forget. Quite an experience, right, Gil? That's exactly right. So we came back to PLU, we welcomed our 9 freshmen in. We always, every year, we pick a word. So this year I have the players pick a word, not this year, but we have a player pick a word and I pick a word. So the players picked the word roots. That stemmed from, it's actually, I think it was kind of Natalie's creation. If you think of a tree, which is kind of our program or our team, what makes the tree healthy? It's our roots, which are our players that are underneath the tree. If you don't have good roots in anything, it's not going to live very long. But if our roots are strong, the tree grows, it produces beautiful flowers, fruit, pick your thing that it produces, those are the outcomes of our team. And that was kind of the analogy, which I thought was really neat and pretty cool. My word was standards. You know, there had been some high standards set the previous years before we came in here, or before we started fall 2018. And like I told all the players, you know, one of the ways that they'll change PLU women's soccer is to raise the standards. And that was always, certainly we don't ever want to go down. And we want to always raise things up, and I think that, so that was my word for them this year. Our mission statement here is that, and you heard it a lot in these speeches, is that we want to try to be great in 3 things. We want to be excellent developers in personal growth, academics, which is why we're here at PLU, and we want to be great on the field. We want to win as much as possible. We want to be excellent on the field. And so personal growth, academics, and winning, if you hear a lot of those, if you listen to a lot of those, you can hear that they're thankful for soccer. I think Kate said it best, her arena of life was soccer and all the things that she went through and that we go through help us grow as people, which is kind of the point. And that's always my goal as they come through a 4-year journey, is that they've changed and they've grown as a person. It's not always great, it's not always bad. But if they come out at the end and leave a 21, 22-year-old person that's ready to attack their next thing in life, then mission accomplished. Our vision, right, and our vision is something that we're always trying to be. We're always trying to be another great team. If you walk through the halls of Olsen and you see some of the great teams in the past, there are 3 national championship banners. PLU is the last, they won 3 NAI championships, which is a different sort of thing, association division that we're in today. And if you even look in recent history, our past couple of years, we won the Northwest Conference Championship. So we're always trying to be another version, another great one. One of the things, and then that will never change, possible outcome, if we're great, is to win the Northwest Conference Championship. And I think what I always tell the team, every team wants to say that, and then it's about how we get there. So we talk about vision, looking through a telescope, and how do we get there through the microscope, and we focus on the daily process. And some of these things are cliche, but boy, this year, what a year that it really meant when it comes true. You talk about one day at a time, one thing at a time, little things. This year could not embody that more. These are things that we believe in, and these are things that the players hear every day, and these are things that I strive for. Trust and focus on the process, to improve, better practice will make us better in games, to grow closer as a team, relationships, it's always about sailing the right ships, it's always relationships before championships, culture comes before talent, it's always the most important thing. Yes, you have to have some talent, but the team culture is the most important thing. We want to enjoy what we do, it's certainly serious because we're trying to do well, but we want to embrace this model of winning. Winning is always never the purpose, but it's always the point of what we do. And I think what I tried to tell our team in our preseason was that we just need the best version of ourselves. When you play the comparison game, you often lose. And so we're just trying to get the best version of these players, this team, for this year. And so to do that, you have to get in the present, you have to focus on what's in front of you, enjoy each day, one practice, one game at a time. And then worry about the things that you can't control, your effort, your focus, your attitude, your body language. So these are the things that we try to preach in our preseason as we enter the fall. We did buy a book called The Power of a Positive Team, which I thought was a really great book for our team to read. And as we entered preseason camp, kind of a weird preseason, we lost 3 days to smoke. Never had that happen. So we had to be creative. Futsal, indoor soccer in the field house, never ran a session there before. Pool workouts that Kate ran with, to try to keep their aerobic activity. So I've never lost 3 days in preseason, but hey, a lot of things happened this year that haven't happened. And I guess when you go through journeys as teams, as coaches, as players, you tend to experience a lot of things. We had great exhibition games against Seattle Pacific and Concordia, which are 2 NCAA Division II playoff teams. And I always try to challenge our team in preseason. I think our players like playing, the Division IIs of the world. I haven't got a Division I to say yes, but I'll keep trying. but I think those exhibition games are important. We had our toughest preseason ever. We went down to Texas and played in heat like you've never seen, heat. I remember a picture after I was coaching the session and I looked like I played. So I remember Tasha, she can sweat like I can. So Tasha and I are loving there's we took a picture together and put it on Instagram like who's sweatier. And I definitely loved that. So it was a hot practice. But a really great trip for us. We've never been to San Antonio. We played Trinity and Emory, who both made the NCAA tournament and both lost in the second round. So we came back home. We played Mary Hardin-Baylor, who lost in the conference final to Hardin-Simmons to get to the tournament. And then we played Calvin College, which was a surprisingly really hard.